Would you call yourself a very religious man?
Yes.
I don't know.
I would call you
I
that.
don't know. I'm I hope a very real, practicing and believing Christian. I try to be. I have no problems, incidentally, about being religious, and I don't find any conflicts.
And you've no problem in belonging to the church?
None whatever. No. But you see, I'm a convert, so by the way, converts come in through the back door of the church, which is like a privileged entry, knowing the right people and everything is smooth for you, and you come in through the back door. On the other hand, coming in through the back door is coming in through the effects of the church and not through its teachings. When you come in the front door, you have first to swallow all the doctrines and all the teachings, which is what happens to the kids, you see, in school. I never ever read a catechism. I still have never read a catechism. I have still never paid any attention to such teaching. No, because I learned my religion at the upper level before I found anything down there at all.
Where?
Well, I was reading Chesterton and Dawson and Maritain, those people. That's how I came in. I read my way.
What made you want to become a Catholic?
I had no religious yearnings or needs of any sort, but I was quite aware of the claims of the church, and I wanted to know whether the claims were valid. Yeah. You see, I was studying the effects of the church in literature, in history, in society.
That's when?
Well, when I was a student, when I was at college, I could see this.
I almost did it too. I almost converted during that time.
But anyway, when you study,
so how did it happen?
I studied the effects. I became aware that the church had had an enormous effect in shaping Western men. Mm-hmm. I became aware of what the church claimed to be. Now, I had no religious belief at that time at all. I was an agnostic. Mm-hmm. But I finally decided that if the church is what it says it is, you are also told how to test that hypothesis. And you are told to knock and knock and knock and demand to be shown. Yeah. That if it is what it says it is, it also says that you will be given the means of knowing. That these are obtainable upon demand. But you have to demand and demand and demand. So I had no instruction even from clergy at any time, but there was a friend of mine who said, well, since you don't believe in the Christianity, I was an agnostic, he said you could pray to God the Father. You couldn't pray to the Trinity because you don't believe in it. So you pray to God the Father and simply ask to be shown. And so I did, and that went on for some years, maybe 3 or 4 years.
Was it Cambridge?
No, it was after I came to Wisconsin. Oh, well, I was reading things. Yes, I was interested in the church at that time. But a lot of people were interested in the church in the 1930s and 1920s. It was a lot of intellectuals were interested in the church in those days. But it was popular.
So you prayed?
So I prayed. And I didn't know what I was going to be shown. All I said was, show me. And I didn't ask to be relieved of any problems. I had no problems. I had no belief and no problems. I didn't want religion.
And you could pray even though you didn't believe?
I prayed to test the validity of that hypothesis, because it says, if you want to know, you have to demand to be shown. Right. Otherwise, you're not testing it.
Praying with the demand.
You have to fulfill that requirement. Well, I was shown in a quite amazing way, and quite unexpected. It was, I was arguing about religion with a whole group of grad students one night at Wisconsin, and one of them said to me suddenly, "Why aren't you a Catholic?" And I shut up because I didn't know.
And that was it?
That was it. I suddenly realized.
But when you read the literature, it's very hard not to be, really read it. To be the attraction, I think, and it's just you.
Up to that moment, it had never occurred to me that I would ever become a Catholic.
Yes, why Catholic?
It never.
Well, I was brought up.
I was brought up a Protestant.
Yeah.
but I had abandoned that. No, it never.
Literature is over.
I thought I could go on doing this without ever being a Catholic. But I was suddenly caught. But I then...
And that determined you.
Oh, I became a
Go
Catholic at once.
and
At once?
Within the week.
You mean you walked out of that place and
And I
that,
already knew.
so you were shown.
I became a Catholic at once.
You were shown.
Within a few days. I had been shown instantly. And without any preparation. That's wham.
Yeah.
But there was no trauma. And I had no effort. I mean, I had no conflicts, and I was a totally non-emotional approach.
But obviously you must have been attracted to the Catholic Church as
Again,
such.
I was studying it as formal cause, you see, its effects, but I wasn't paying attention to its effects on
Yeah.
me.
Or